true love still exists. Once upon a time, a young couple lived together in love, bound by a deep connection that had grown over the years. The boy was still a student, while the girl worked hard to support them both. Their love wasn't showy, but it was genuine, steady, and full of promise. Eventually, the boy graduated and made the decision to further his education overseas. Before he left, he took the girl's hands and said, "I may not be the best with words, but I know this. I love you deeply. If you'll let me, I want to take care of you for the rest of my life." The girl, overwhelmed with emotion, agreed. After some persuasion, her family gave them their blessing to be engaged. With a promise in their hearts and a ring on her finger, the boy left for his studies abroad, while the girl stayed back, working and waiting. Despite the long distance, they kept their love alive through late-night calls, heartfelt emails, and daydreams of their future together. It was difficult, but neither of them doubted the strength of their bond. Then, tragedy struck. On her way to work one morning, the girl was hit by a car that had lost control. She survived, but the accident left her unable to speak. The impact had damaged her brain and taken away her voice. When she regained consciousness in the hospital, she saw the pain in her mother's eyes and tried to speak, but only a faint sigh escaped her lips. The realization was crushing. As time passed, she recovered physically but remained voiceless. Every time the phone rang, especially when it was him calling, her heart broke. She couldn't bring herself to answer. She felt broken, like a shadow of her former self. And she didn't want to become a burden to the man she loved so deeply. With tears falling onto the page, she wrote him a letter ending the relationship and returned his engagement ring. No explanation, just silence. The boy tried everything, countless emails, endless calls, but he got no reply. She cried silently every time his name appeared on her screen. Her parents, hoping a change of environment would help her heal, moved to a new town. There, the girl began learning sign language and tried to build a new life. She told herself she had to move on even if her heart hadn't. Then one day, a friend brought news that shook her. The boy had returned. She begged her friend not to tell him what had happened to her, not to mention her voice. She didn't want him to pity her. She didn't want to reopen wounds that had barely begun to heal. More time passed, and then, a year later, her friend visited again, this time with an envelope. Inside was a wedding invitation. Her heart sank. With trembling hands, she opened it, and to her shock, it was addressed to her. She was the bride. Before she could ask what it meant, she turned and saw him, the man she loved, standing in front of her. Slowly, gently, he began using sign language. Every motion was practiced and sure.